So we were trying to figure out like how we could like do this type of artwork because we had never seen it. So I came across a guy who actually his handle on Twitter was called Gansy, and he was making some artwork using the Gans. So he was in a Twitter space, and I like popped up and I talked with him, and he was telling me how he was running it. Um, and of course, I never was a big gamer, and I definitely wasn't a PC gamer. So I just had a computer that did what I needed, but I never had like these GPUs and all this other stuff. And when he was telling me, oh, you need a GPU to run all this, and I'm like, okay, so much for that. Well, I stumbled across, I guess because I was looking up AI and all this other stuff, and like Google eavesdrops on me. It suggested to me this project, this program called Wombo Dream. So I was like, okay. So I went and I went on the site and they're like, oh, put in a prompt and do this. And I'm like, okay. So I was like, oh, this is cool. And it was amazing and it was free. So I put my group on and we used to sit there and just make all kind of stuff on there. And at this point in time, like NFT, Web3 is up and popping, and then like the fashion people arrived in Web3. So they started doing different things, and because I teach crypto, but I like the problem I had. Like most people thought you buy a coin, you hold it and wait for it to go up, and that's the only way to make money in crypto. And I actually thought it too until I like went deep into it during when everything crashed in 2019. And then I was like, no, you're not supposed to be like doing stuff with this stuff. So that's why I started teaching people. So when people had different skills and they did different things, I was like, man, you can do this in crypto. And they're like, how? So I would tell them, well, you do this and this. So we had some people that like designed their own clothing and pseudo clothing lines. And I would meet all these different people in like these different spaces that were trying to fashion and this and that. And I was like, I know some people that's doing fashion and like, who are they? This and I said, man, they're my group or whatever. They're like, oh, we need to get on a Zoom call. We need to talk about this and this and that. So I get on a Zoom call and I'm like, like Big Bird at the board meeting because I didn't do any fashion, but I was the connector. So I'm connecting the fashion people and some of my people that do fashion, and they're like, man, can y'all do some designs? And we're trying to get with this other crypto project to get in and get a grant. And if we could do a fashion, they have a game. If we could do a fashion with their game and this and that. And I learned rather quickly after that there's a term like fear of failure, right, that most people are familiar with. I learned about fear of success, where people don't necessarily try because if it does work, they got to do it again. And so they don't try. As long as they don't try, this dream that they have can't be dashed, right? Or if they don't try, they can use excuses on why it didn't happen, as opposed to like the credit or the blame is all on them, right? Because I'm in the meeting, everything's set up, and the lady's like, oh, we just need some designs, and we can permit. And I'm like, okay. A week later, we show up like, man, y'all got the design. No, this happened, this. I'm like, but you like have a website, you're selling like T-shirts. Like, how do you not have designs? Like, I'm like, you know what? Screw it. So I just started like, I made like some AI images. Back then, like 2020, 2021, like spring. I'm using AI images to give to like fashion people to pitch to game companies for different blockchains to get grants. And I'm like, bro, how are people not like doing this? And they even got the grant, which is even crazier, off some of the designs. And at that point, I'm like, bro, this is crazy. People need to be like, this is crazy. I could be using this for all kinds of different things. And I don't know. I felt it didn't go as far as it could, right? Especially with my group, right? And I was like, okay. So I just kept dabbling with it. And then I would go various art spaces and I came across like Midjourney, and I went to Midjourney in the Discord, and I was already sick of Discord. This was 3 years ago because every crypto project decided they want to go on the Discord, and I'm like, we're trying to rebuild the entire financial system. Why can't we rebuild like Discord? That just seems like a low fruit to to eliminate, but apparently it wasn't. So I went Midjourney, and I had no clue what I was doing, and I was in some channel with somebody, and I just literally looked at their prompt, and I just copied their prompt, and I got an image, and that image was better than the one I had been doing with Wombo, where I've been sitting there working for months, and I'm like, okay, and made another image, and they're like, okay, and then I put that image up on Super Rare, no, I'm sorry, on Foundation, and put a price of it. I made it as an NFT, and it sold, and I'm like, okay, all right. So I told my girl, like, man, they got this thing Midjourney, and people are like making AI art, and they're selling. And sure enough, a few went into Midjourney, and they did the same thing. They just sat there and like did people's prompts, copied the exact prompt right there with them, and sold NFTs. And I'm like, I don't know about this one. So I kind of.
What year was this?
Yeah, it was kind of. Huh?
What year was this that you were doing this?
Oh, this was probably this was 2021.
So that was pretty early, yeah. So, and what is your opinion?
Yes.
I just have to ask a question. What is your opinion about Midjourney now? How do you think they've changed?
So I understand like everybody's here for like different things, right? So for me, I enjoy the experience of using AI more than what I necessarily get out of AI. So I don't necessarily care that my image may look like crap because I enjoy the conversation, the working on the words, placing the words in a certain order to see how it changes things. So for me, Midjourney just like eliminates all that because I've done like nothing and I've gotten good images, and so the whole experience is not enjoyable for me because, like I said, I've done nothing and I can get a good image. So it's like it's less me and more Midjourney in that case. So and then it was in Discord. So I absolutely hate Discord. I hate Discord. I hate anything that supports Discord because I hate Discord. So my Midjourney was in Discord for so long. It was the #1 community. Still is the #1 community in Discord. And I feel like, man, y'all like the only reason Discord even exists today. And Discord is so terrible after so long. So but that was my whole thing. Midjourney was always like too easy for me to get something, and it's like if you like anticipate a meal, right? You're waiting all day to get this meal, and the meal is over in like 5 seconds, and you're like, damn, is that all it was? And that's how like Midjourney is to me. Even though it can make a better image than stuff I can spend like the next month on trying to make. I just like the conversation and the prompting of the word. Even though most people tell me, oh, most of those words don't matter. It won't master me. It mastered me because that's what I like, and I like trying to, manipulate the output with the words.
Okay.
I don't even like image text. I don't really like image to video and all that stuff as much, even though I got thousands of images.
So my question is, I think it's interesting that you said that you like the conversation about it. So when you're testing all of these AIs, you're testing them, or you're trying with them so you can you expand more on like, is it because you want to have conversations about which ones are doing different things, or are you trying to find the ones that are harder or that make more unique work? Like, how do you judge if the AI is doing something good or beneficial versus one that's not good? Like, what's your scale? I'm curious.
Oh, so So, for me, right, this is me personally, and it's no judgment, because I said I recognize that I may be here for a totally different reason, right? But when I was in the mid journey Discord, and people were like, oh, in the style of this person, and I'm watching this 1,000 times in the Discord, and I was like, that's not like I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't come at anything for the style of like anyone necessarily. Um, I just came at the style thing of AI to see stuff I didn't normally see, and that's how I approach it. Um, Now, granted, the output somebody can come along and say, well, really that's this person and that person and that person, and I acknowledge that, but that's not necessarily what I put into it, and that was not my thought process in it. It was just I want to see, like, cubist Japanese anime because I haven't seen it. Let's see what happens. I want to see, you know, uh, I want to see clay and sand on in a circle that's slick. Just some random stuff, and that's what I put in just to see, and that's what I'm saying that because that challenges me to try to think of like just some crazy stuff. Whereas I know some people are like, no, I want this beautiful portrait, and I want to use the tool that's gonna give me the beautiful portrait or whatever, or I want a Banksy style portrait, and I'm like, okay, I understand that, but um, the AI like challenges me because I use my imagination to come up with stuff I have not seen personally or have not seen that often. And that's how I attack the AI. So I'll just put like random stuff in there. Um, and then I'll put all of that in all of them because it's all data and it's all numbers. So there's no necessarily, oh, this is my image prompt and this is my music prompt and this is my other. No, it's just a prompt. The prompt, a lot of stuff you see, it's the same prompt from a bunch of different things.
Well, which AI right now has like you put something in there, but it always just looks like the same old stuff. Like you really can't get anything different out of it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Midjourney has that look, where you can tell it's from Midjourney pretty much. Which is one reason I actually the new one I kind of think it's a little better, but which AI do you think where you can like person can really hone it so that they're working with the AI instead of making something that everybody else is making or making it look like they're using a particular software?
Oh, so, I mean, that would probably be a comfy workflow with the flux and the IP adapter and stuff like that, where you can fine tune the look, fine tune the pose, swap out the face or add texture to it. You know, I guess as a all-in-one, like if you need like a using on a desktop website type thing, probably like the Flux Context or Flux Pro or something. And I would just say like the Midjourney has a look because everyone uses Midjourney and they prompt for that same stuff. And that was part of the issue. Like the whole Discord aside is that I would scroll my timeline when Midjourney was like really popping, and it was the same image. Everybody's in the middle of the screen. Everybody's facing ahead. Everybody's in like, which I don't even understand how this even got in the damn model. But it's a person, and they're standing there in this desolated like wasteland behind them is the background. And it's like, wow, how do we have this portrait of a person in this desolate wasteland that comes up all the time? But yeah, so and then we have like back in the day, people had the contest of oh, today's contest is a wizard, today's contest is a sorcerer, and people would just take whatever, and it would have the Midjourney look. And after a while, it's like, damn, if there's 1,000,000 people doing AI art and 900, 1,000 of them are having the Mid-Journey look, then to my mind, I'm like, well, damn, not having the Mid-Journey look might be the way to stand out. So that was the other thing. Why I like kind of curved to Mid-Journey, because it's like, well, if everyone is doing it and it's all looking like that, which honestly, that's why like Magnifique was such a godsend, because people were kind of, they felt they could get away from like the Mid-Journey look to kind of differentiate themselves.
All right, I'm gonna start putting some of these in the chat, so people that don't know all of these different ones can start learning. So now I need everybody's help in here. Who has a just question, and you can even show your art if you want, that you can ask Benny. Yes, Renata, go for it.
You just said something was a godsend, and I couldn't catch the name of the AI engine you mentioned.
I just put it in the chat. Magnifique.
Oh, Magnifique.
Thank you.
Magnifique, however they pronounce it. So like the Mid-Journey, at the time, right? Mid-Journey, it still does, but everyone had wanted like this painterly look to it. But the problem is when you like zoomed in, you saw like the distortions, or it just wasn't like as good image as people may have thought. So Magnifique is an upscaler, and it upscaled the image and made it more complete, more finished, more polished when you
Okay.
zoomed into it.
Right, so how many megabytes per image are we talking?
Not sure, because you can upscale and like from 1080p, 720p, 1080p, and 4K. So
Okay,
it
great.
just so
Thanks,
yeah.
I'll try it out.
I just
Yes,
put
yes,
Topaz in there as well, because is Magnifique still like absurdly expensive? Is there any ones that aren't as, like, is it still expensive? And how does it compare to Topaz? These are two I just put in the chat.
So it was expensive at the time. It sent shockwaves through the AI community, but it's relatively cheap in comparison. But yeah, it's like it may be, well, now it's a suite. It was $40 when it first came out, but now
A month.
Free Pick bought them out, and you can get a suite of products for maybe $50 now, starting at $50. Where you get the Magnifique upscale, you can generate images, you can generate video, upscale video and everything now. So it's a little different. Topaz is a standalone. They were a standalone, like $200 a month. $200. You pay $200. You download it on your computer. It's yours. They now have a web service where you can upload an image or on the web and upscale it. I'm not sure the price on that, because they had a bunch of free credits for like a month. And now there was one called Upscale that is free that I use all the time. It's UPSCAYL,
Okay.
and that's what I use to upscale images for free.
UPSCAYL. Found it. Oh man, this is free?
Yeah, it's free. Yeah, it's free. You download it and you run it on your computer for free.
Sweet.
That's what I've been using for like the last 2.5 years. Upscale with Magnifique, and because I got the Topaz. I acquired the Topaz one, and I used Magnifique, and I used the upscale, and I was like, shit, this is like right there, and it's free. So.
Thank you. That's really great. All right. Does anybody else have a question? We're getting good stuff here. I have no idea. Don't be shy. I'll start picking on people. Anybody else have any sort of question about AI, or which programs, or questions about the program you use or want to use? Go for it. So I'm going to continue asking Benny interesting things about why you do this. So you're also into music and you're using AI for music. So can you talk about like where did you start and why are you a musician in the meat world, or do you know an instrument, or did you just start with AI?
So, no, I'm not a musician unless we're gonna count the seventh and eighth grade where I played clarinet for the little school ensemble. But outside of that, no. Again, that came from my crypto group. I have people that make beats and music, and when the NFTs popped off, and I would tell them, I was like, dude, there's like NFTs for like everything, and people are like, well, I don't make art, and I was like, that doesn't matter. The NFT is not art. Art can be an NFT, but an NFT is not art. And I had to explain to them. So we would chat, and they would just like drop like beats right in the chat. I was like, this is cool. Why don't you like go ahead and release it as NFT? Because my whole thing is we find stuff early, right? And I've seen what happens when people jump on stuff early, when then the wave comes. They're like the people like you're talking about for years as like legends, right? So I'm in the group telling them like, no one is doing this stuff. Like, put it out. Worst happens, nothing happens. The best happens, it sells. You blow up. You make a bunch of money. You possibly become famous. Like, how is that even right? Needless to say, months pass. There's like 100 something songs, raps, everything in my group chat and Telegram. And I was like, man, why don't you not? Oh, well, you know, it's too hard, this and that, right? I hear that, right? And I'm like, man, let me see how like hard this is, right? So again, because I try to like find the different things to be able to help people get where they're going. So I used to go into like the music spaces and listen to them, and I would hear about like, oh, well, you know, SoundCloud or Spotify, you don't make money, you don't do this, you don't do that, you don't do this or that, right? And I'm like, how hard can this be? And sure enough, a bunch of like crypto projects, oh, we're trying to revolutionize music with Web3. And I'm like, okay, what you got? And they're like, oh, check out our platform, this, and I'm checking it out. And they're like, oh, you can upload your music for free, and we'll send it to Spotify and all these other ones. And I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah. Okay, let's see. Like, how hard is it to make music? So I went and I was looking at different, like, you know, dolls and doll stuff, and like Fruity Loops is hundreds of dollars. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to spend hundreds of dollars on this stuff. And then I found this one called LMM, free. I'm like, what, free? Like, yeah. Oh, there's a Discord community website. You can just get loop packs. I'm like, okay, and I talked to one of my guys in the group, and I'm like, dog, how are you making the beats? And they're like, oh, I just use loops. You know, I download a beat pack, and I download a piano pack, and I just loop it on the little timeline and this and that. And I'm like, really? Like, yeah, okay. So I went and I downloaded from the LMM community for free. I downloaded these various packs, and I sat there and I played around with making songs, and I used to ask people in my group, like, I was just, oh, you need to tweak this, you need to tweak that, which is crazy, because they're helping me make the song, but they got songs. That's just like, so when I like speak and I talk and I hear all this stuff, and then I'm like, I just catalog all that, and it's like, yeah, I've heard this before, I know how this song is. So anyway, they're helping me make these songs, and then I was like, okay, how hard is this? So I put it on Spotify, I upload it to these websites, they put it on Spotify for me for free. And they set up, when it was on Spotify, it set up like a YouTube channel for me for free. And set up a Spotify artist channel for me for free. I'm like, what? Okay, cool. But the music sucked, right? The music wasn't good. I still don't think it's there. It still may not be good, but I'm there now. So anyway, I was messing with this blockchain called Near, really heavy. A bunch of my people got grant money, and we were setting up our DAO. We have a DAO and everything on Near. We're just like, all right, we're gonna go all the way on Near, since they're like, you know, showing showing us love and have an opportunity, and now they're giving y'all money. We kind of indebted with them. So I was checking out all these different projects on there, and there was a music platform. They're like, yes, we're trying to reinvent like music industry because artists don't make any money, this and that. I'm like, okay, what do? Oh, you just upload your song for free, and then that way you can also have it mint as an NFT. If someone wants to purchase it, it's purchased as an NFT, but it's also a song like a streaming thing where they can just listen to it and they can possibly make a tip you if they wanted to. I'm like, okay, what do you gotta do? Oh, here's the site. So I went to the site, I uploaded a song. And they went to an event in New York, some kind of, it was like a near week or something like that, near conference. And they went up there and they went through all their songs and they picked 10 songs. And they're like, yes, we have a challenge. So these are the finalists. Go vote for your favorite song. Whoever wins is gonna get like $1,000 and get interviewed on this other site, right? Which was like a Web3 site on Near that was trying to redo like publishing or whatever. So I'm sitting there. I'm on VC in my Telegram group, my group, and I get a notification on X, and I look up and they picked one of my songs to be in the finals. I'm like, what? Like, yeah. So I was like, okay. So anyway, I was like, well, hey man, they picked my song, but like, well, what we gotta do is like, well, you gotta go like listen to it and vote on it or whatever. So anyway, they went, but I lost. But in the screenshot, they took a screenshot. The project took a screenshot of, hey, we're in New York City, this and that, and they got like 4 songs that's in the screenshot, and one of them is my song. So it's like, bro, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm spotlighted forever. You know what I'm saying? I was in a contest, not knowing what I was doing. So anyway,
what is
fast
near?
forward.
How do you spell near? How do you spell near? I'm curious.
Near.
N-E-A-R.
Near block. Yeah, Near blockchain.
Okay. And the LMM is the name of the audio software?
Yeah. LMM is an audio software similar to like Fruity Loops. It's less famous and probably has less features, but it was free. So I was like, okay, I just wanted to see how, because it's stuff we hear, right? And the whole point of like the crypto in Web3 was like, no, all that is gate kept, and we can like do better, and we can have access. So I'm like, okay, cool. And everyone comes in with like, well, I wanna democratize fashion. I'm like, okay, well, what's up with fashion? And I just go into space and I talk to them. I go into their Twitter or whatever, and they start telling me this and this and this. And I'm like, okay, why don't you do this? Oh, nobody does this and that. And I'm like, okay, what do you gotta do to do that? And they like tell me, and a lot of times it's like, that's it. Like, yeah. So, so I always used to hear like nobody makes money in the record business, right? I heard that my whole life, but it's like, but I see people still going in the record business. I see like Snoop said nobody makes money, and I'm like, but like Snoop, I see you everywhere. Does anybody see you every like what are we? Your son is in there now. Like what? I'm not understanding. So I was like, when that came, I was like, okay. And then ironically, again back to the NFTs, there was this site called Showtime, and they were one of the places that let you mint NFTs. They're like, okay, like, all right. So I told my people, like, man, you mint NFTs for free over here. It was on Polygon, and they're like, what's the catch? Like, well, they take some of the royalties. They're minted for free on their contract, but they try to get money on the back end with the on the secondary sales. And they were like, I don't know if I'm gonna have secondary scale sales, so okay, I'm not worried about that. And I'm like, okay, well, here's the site. So then they tried to take it a step further, and it's like, well, we don't just want to be like an open sea or something like that. We want to be like a new a Web3 version of Instagram. So their site would have like a top 30. So based on like the likes and the mints and the likes and the comments, you got like this number, right? And you climbed up the scale. So I told my group about it, and we started using AI, and we would just have like, we would just sit there and they're like, hey man, let's take over Showtime today. Like, who all in? And it'd be like 8 of us this time. And we just start minting our stuff and post it on Showtime, and it would start blowing up. And we used to have like, we take screenshots and everything. Like, we dominate like spot 1 through 10 one time or whatever. And it'd be like, we alternate different people. Like, somebody might be number 1 this time, somebody, and we used to do that like every week. And we like get so much hype. The owner of the thing had like a Zoom meeting with us. He's like, man, who you guys? This and that. I said, man, we're the 075 dial, and we just rock with your platform, and you let us use AI, which most places wasn't letting us do at this point in time. And they're like, man, you got our place buzzing, and this, and we're thinking about like upgrading the platform. And like, what you got? And he's like, man, I think we're gonna have like a tie-in with music. And I'm like, really? Because I already did the music thing. I'm like, okay, cool. What you got? And it's like, well, what about, rather than just minting the NFT and the person gets the NFT, right? What if you mint the NFT and the person has to do an action in order to get the NFT? And I'm like, okay, like what? And they're like, well, we might have the ability where, like, if an music artist puts the NFT up, they can attach their song to it. So then the person that mints it would either have to like pre-save their song or listen to their song. And I'm like, bro, that would go crazy. Yeah, you think so? I said, hell yeah. I said, man, if you could do it with YouTube, that'd be even better. And they're like, well, we don't have the capability for YouTube currently, but we can do it with Spotify. So needless to say, I said, man, you need to let me in on that, right? So needless to say, he put me in on that, and I was promoting it, and I would just start using AI, making NFTs, and promote it with my Spotify songs that sucked, but they were up there. You know, to be in the game, you gotta be in the game, right? So they were up there. So needless to say, I was getting thousands of spins and streams on my songs because I attached them to these NFTs. So then I was like getting like money. Now I wasn't like, of course no money to like, write home about, but this is like, okay, I made like $1,000 and off the royalties from the Spotify's and the YouTubes and all this other stuff from linking it to the NFTs. And I'm like, man, this is like a cheat code, right?
Okay.
But again, people have,
So Benny,
sorry.
no, Benny. So I'm trying to see. So you're doing this with your friends in the kind of, it almost seems like in a kind of a punk way, where you guys are using all the AIs and trying to find the free AIs and then trying to turn them into money. Is that right? Like a little bit of like a hacker AI situation. Is there a lot of groups like yours, or are you guys unique?
So no, like we weren't like trying to find the free things. Most things were free. It was like the original, like the beginning of the internet. Everything was free, and that was part of the problem with the internet. They gave you like everything for free, and then they turned around and tried to charge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when I was a kid, you got the AOL in the magazine. Net Zero used to come in the mail, and that's how they like undercut like AOL, because I used to get the discs, and we used to stack up discs that used to come for free. And we would just use it for free. And then Net Zero's like, hey man, we're kind of losing money. We got to charge you now. And they're like, oh, by Net Zero, I'm on to this other one that's like charging for free. So yes, all these places were charging for free. We just were using it, and I call it looping because that's how I attack crypto. Like I said, I don't buy anything to hold. When I have something, it's to earn. I bought it for a reason, and I use it for that reason. And that reason usually entails me making money, and that's how I take the tools. I'm like, okay, it's free. Okay, what can I do with that? And
But you
like
share this with everybody.
when I go like to talk to what you would think totally different groups, they all have the same problems and in the same like destination. They all want users to use their stuff, so all of them are offering free. The main thing is we find is how to tie this one free thing and use it over to this other free thing and see where we go.
Okay, so Benny, I have there's a question, and I have just a little question. Following up on all that, you were very open with how you're doing everything. So it almost seems like you're like a Robin Hood type, where you're telling people these are the free AIs, this is how to get some money out of them, or this is the ones that are free at the moment, because they don't ever stay free. So do you see why are you so open about all of this? Do you just enjoy the hunt, or what is the motivation for sharing all of this information?
So, most of my life I've seen people lose. And I saw crypto as a chance for people to win. And I want many people that never won to win. And the problem is, I guess people are so used to losing, though, it's like they think everything is a scam. And I'm like, most things are a scam, but guess what? That's how it's been now. So once you try this one's actually free. So even if it's a scam, you haven't lost anything. But there's a lot of chances with any new paradigm. When the person's there first, they make a name for themselves. They might not stick around, but hey, they made a name for themselves. Like YouTube, the YouTube, everybody knows. Tay Zonde, everybody knows. I don't know their names now. I don't know their names. But the Asian kids that was doing the Backstreet Boys, everybody knows them. Why? Because they were first. They don't know like who was 10,000. We don't know the 10,000th YouTube person, but we know those people. And that's my whole thing. Is like, well, if I don't have a lot of money, I can be first. And it's just a hustle to me. It's like you either have money, or you got to hustle. Very few times the people with the money have the hustle, but when they do, that's how you hear the stories of like Elon Musk. Oh, he doesn't sleep, and all that kind of like extraordinary stuff. But when I got into crypto and I say it all, and I say it, and people may think I'm joking, but I've talked to these people and I've seen these people spend this money. They look at it like monopoly money, because these coins just like 2 days ago, these coins had no value, literally no value, and they made it, and it got hot, and now these coins are each coin may be worth $100, right? So then when we talk to these companies, and they were giving like Near was giving $50,000 grants. You walk in like, what is your idea? And we had
Are there any more like that?
Get a grant. All they did was write one piece of paper. Hey, I would like to make a metaverse where people could come in and like, well, how does it tie into Near? Well, we would have them make Near wallets in order to get into the metaverse.
So,
okay,
Benny,
here you go, $50,000
to
explore that idea.
Where's the new one?
What they were doing in crypto.
Okay, so I will follow you. There's a person's question. First of all, I would like you to tell me next time there's a metaverse version of that, and I will apply, and I would love to get a grant. But second of all, we do have a question from Carolina. Is why do you hate Discord so much?
Because
is there an
alternate?
alternate?
The UI is trash. I don't like appreciate dirty dishwater as a color. The UX is trash because I multitask. I'm just speaking on the phone. So everything I say is geared toward mobile lifestyle. The UX is trash because I'll go in and they'll have the voice call or whatever, and it takes over the entire phone. So it's hard to multitask when you're on these calls. The other thing, the notification is absolutely broken. I'll sit there and I'll post, and somebody may respond and I don't get a notification. But what Discord does do is when I go into Discord and they'll tell me there's 100 messages since 9 a.m. Like, what does that even mean? I haven't been in here in like 2 months. Like, so it does that kind of stuff, which I don't understand. Then there's the whole thing, like, at the time I was, everybody in Web3 and NFTs and everything was on Discord. So just to look at a project, I'm like trying to check it out to see what it does. I got to go in this Discord. Okay, I go in this Discord. So I've joined the Discord. Now I'm at like 100 Discords. And then they'll send me a message. Oh, well, you can't, you're at 100. You can't like join 100, more than 100 unless you delete one. Like, why? Why? What is that even? Why? Why? That's just, so anyway, I'll delete one, right? But I don't even know what I deleted because it does not tell me. What does it show me? It shows me an icon. I don't know what these icons are. I don't know what these icons are. There's no, I have to go into Discord to see what the damn Discord is because they don't show the names of the servers I'm in. I'm just supposed to remember these 100 icons randomly, right? But then you're making me delete the 100 icons to put another icon. Like, okay, this is stupid. Then you go into Discord and I'm looking for alpha. I'm looking for 99.9% of this damn Discord. There's absolutely nothing going on. There is nothing going on. So I go in there and I gotta go to this one channel and click this emoji, right? This stupid ass post that has 57 emojis. Why does it have 57? Why? What does an alien shaking his head left to right mean? What does that mean? I don't know. What is the having like these various flags that aren't even country flags? Why is that there? But anyway, I gotta scroll through like 30 posts with 4 and 5 rows of emojis to click this one particular one that is the one to unlock like the rest of the Discord. Like, why?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. I get it.
That's not even getting into the security of being hacked, of being they recommend that you have your DMs closed, even though you need your DMs open to verify that you are actually a person and can get in access. You know what I'm saying? That's just like the.
Is there an alternate? Is there an alternate that you prefer?
Yeah, everyone's on TikTok. I mean, not TikTok, Telegram. Everyone's on Telegram. When I go to crypto events, we use Telegram. They've been using Telegram for 5 years. And now all these NFT projects are on Telegram because Telegram has the channels like TikTok, but it's more like a messaging app, and it doesn't take over your entire phone. You can customize it. I got like my particular wallpaper that I want, and not the dirty brown dishwater that what you call it has, and it's free. There's bots and all it. There's the bots like Discord and all. You got all that for Telegram. Telegram actually has more bots than Discord.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask a question really quickly because we're starting to wind. It's at 3 o'clock, and I know there's something after this, but I want to ask, what are the best free, like lightning round, free, like image AIs, video AIs, and 3D model maker AIs? So image, video, and 3D models. What do you think is the best one for free ones right now that we can use? And that's not as hard as comfy. Not as hard as comfy because that's a big issue.
Oh, not hard as comfy. So
Ooh.
there is Reef, R-E-V, which is a free image generator.
Okay. Reeve.
There is Reeve, R-E-V.
Oh, I was gonna say an audio. It's an image generator. I see. It's a.
Yes, image generator.
Oh man.
It actually was the highest rated. If you put
R-E-V.
If you put quick credence into the benchmark that they have, it topped out the highest rated on the image benchmark.
Oh, I see it. I see it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I found it. R-E-V-E. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yes.
Cool. All right. So that's the image one. What about the video one? That's hard for free.
So the video one, 100% free is Gemini, but you only get 3 a day. But you get the VO3 for free, 3 a day with Gemini.
And you like VO? That's and can you describe? Because I kind of know what it is, but I'm always curious. So, for example, if I go into Kriya, I have a whole bunch of different models I can use. So what is the difference between like you like to use Gemini for using VO? Can you just go to VO's homepage and use VO that way, or what is? I know it's a model versus a thing that helps you make it, right? Model versus platform. How does that work out?
Well, again, that goes back to what I was saying before about they give you stuff for free to try to hook you. They have VO has an actual site. It was called it's in Google Labs Video, but they renamed it to Flow, FLO, and that's the website where you can use VO3 and VO2. But again, they're trying to hook you. Yeah. Gemini is their LLM, similar to GPT and Grok and all that other stuff. They put VO3 in Gemini as a carrot, so you get to use you're like, well, I'm good with ChatGPT, and they're like, well, do you want to make videos? And you're like, oh, maybe so. So then you can go to Gemini or Android. I'm an Android user, so Gemini is like the AI for the phone. So it's already always there. So now I can generate videos for free, but you only get 3 in Gemini. Yes.
Okay.
But you like a Kriya you have they use GPU space, they call it, but you can generate free images and videos there as well.
Up to a limit. Okay, thank
Yes.
you. And what about 3D models? Do you ever mess around with 3D models? Like image?
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. So if people want to, there's a number of Chinese models that are free. There's the Hunyuan video model that is currently free. Some people may feel kind of sketchy about using the Chinese stuff. So, but those are free as well.
Okay, I know how to spell that one.
The 3D models. There is a Tripo that is free.
It is?
TRIPO. Yeah, there's a Hugging Face for it. You can use that for free.
Okay, some people might not know about Hugging Face. I was going to ask you about that. So Hugging Face, I know that there was one that we really liked to use around Loop. It just sort of like poofed up our image, so it was like an image to 3D, but it went down. So can you describe like what these Hugging Face spaces are, and is there a way to, I don't know, use them without them going away, or is it just not possible?
Yeah, so Hugging Face is like a repository for the AI tools. What usually happens is a team or research project will come up with a tool or come up with an advancement, and they'll put it on. They'll publish the code to kind of get like either a straight up peer review or at least some kind of reaction from the community on, man, that's great, or no, I think you messed up in your process or whatever, right? So after they do that, then they generally, if they get to the next step, they'll come with the proof of concept of whatever they're working on, and they put it up on Hugging Face a lot of times as the proof of the concept, and they'll attach a demo. And for Hugging Face's thing, they get the web traffic and possibly they have a pro plan that, because they use like so many runs on the GPU per day, right? You get so many free runs on the GPU, and then they say, well, that's it, or you can pay for the pro to keep using this. So that's how Hugging Face gets out of it. But basically, they host the tools for these projects, these teams. What normally happens though is if the project with the development or the addition or whatever is successful, and it's monetized by somebody, and that's how you get these websites or whatever. And then sometimes the Hugging Face goes away because now they're straight up monetizing it. But a lot of times the Hugging Face is still there. It's just a lot of people don't use it.
And you can use spaces, by the way. So if anyone doesn't go to Hugging Face, if you go to Hugging Face, you have to go to spaces to actually find the ones where you can use them. Is that correct? I get mixed up with
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Hugging Face is trying to build itself as the AI app store. So they've been working on like a nice, pretty interface, and where you can like look for certain tools and everything else pretty easily.
So do you like anything for making GLBs, for creating we can really only work with GLBs in the metaverse, but any sort of 3D models or anything? Is there anything free out there?
Meshy was free. Meshy, CXM would give you a number of free runs per day.
I've never heard of CXM. See, some of these I just never hear of. How do you know?
CSM.
CSM. Okay.
Yeah, it's like creation, something. I'm gonna have to look it up what it says, but yeah.
Man, okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot
and
of
even
programs.
Rodan was free as well. Rodan 3D, they were free as well.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can like save this chat here, because this is really good. Okay.
Yeah, so everybody like keeps like waiting. Oh, and then there's the Hunyun. Hunyun has it 3D. They actually had an update on it, and that is free currently on Hugging Face as well.
Okay. Amazing. So you're gonna laugh at me. I'm using Refusion right now for audio. It's really bad. Is there another audio AI that's like a lot better, or that allows you to like layer tracks or anything that's better than Refusion? And I'm paying for it too. I'm ashamed to say.
Suno and Udio give you free credits.
Okay. Suno and Udio. So they've been around like for a long, long time.
Yes, they're kind of the gold standard of AI music. There's also, if you don't necessarily care about lyrics, there's this one, Ava, AIVA, and they have, you can use for free as well. You just can't download like, I think you can only download like so many tracks a day, and it might be an MP3 format as opposed to like the WAV or the FLAC formats.
Yeah. Well, everyone's used to working within constraints. You know, I think that's kind of the artist's way, is you have to work within constraints, financial and any otherwise. So does anybody else have a question about particular AIs? Because as you can see, we have a bit of an encyclopedia here. Which is amazing that you can know all these off the top of your head. Wow. I'm going to try that music one.
Oh, another one that's free. I think the Hugging Face may still be up. Another one is Motion. Motion. It's M with a bunch of O's, like Motion, but like two or three O's instead of. And it's kind of like more of like a Midjourney type image generator. But you select like, hey, I want a painterly style. I want this. There's a bunch of selectors you can select.
Oh yes.
When you generate your image.
Yeah, storyboarding. Do you know anything? Because I know that LTX. I used LTX, and unfortunately, I'll put that in the chat too if nobody knows what LTX is for storyboarding. And it's really good, but I ran into they started to charge me. I don't know if there's anything else like that for storyboarding. That's really Tom's.
There was one, it was free to a certain point. It was Realform, REEL, REEL.FARM, and there's also one AI video. that storyboards.
So you're like, I mean, you could be a consultant when it comes to this for, you know, for AIs. Would you ever consider like, or starting your own AI or creating something an all-in-one for artists? That, you know, that would be amazing. Real farm, okay. That's for TikToks. I can't do TikTok. Oh yeah, Mad Butter, go for it.
Hey, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, oh, by the way, I do have a recording of this, so, anybody who's like, this is way too fast, I have a recording of this, and you can copy paste from the, chat. So go for it, Mad Butter, please.
I'll just say I'd love to hear Benny talk about what he likes and doesn't like, and he's very passionate about everything. It's so great. But I'm totally with Benny on the Discord thing. And I think my particular peeve is one that Benny mentioned was I have so many Discords running because sometimes support is just run through Discord, and I have this long row of icons on the left. I have no idea what they mean. You have to roll over them. You can't search your Discord. You know, it's so stupid. You can search for messages inside, everywhere, and I don't know. It's maddening how stupid it is. So I'm 100% there. But I like hearing that, you know, and I hear a lot of them, you know, because Benny's a regular in AIO today, and more than a regular, he's like one of the foundational members. So I do hear a lot of the recommendations, and they always come from Benny first.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of curious, can you look forward a little bit? Like, so this was the year of video for sure. I mean, that's when we talked about NFT NYC and how the video models kind of like sucked all the other oxygen out of the room and everything that was going on in AI. But what do you think about next year? Do you think, I mean, video's strong. Do you think we ever get into like metaverse or, I don't know, 3D or, I don't think. Do you think the next year we're going to be at this same, like a year from now, we're going to be telling a story about some other topic other than AI video?
Oh yeah, so I said it before, and I'll say it again. The only reason the metaverse isn't a thing now is because of Apple. The entire industry, and I heard it so many times from people that like stake their entire business on. They were waiting on Apple to make glasses. Nobody wanted the Vision Pro. No one. Everyone was expecting glasses.
Yeah.
If Apple would have made glasses, the metaverse would be the hottest thing on Earth today.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's still major.
Talking about the metaverse, you know, like for 20 years now, like it's the next thing, next hot thing. You know, Meta changed its name to metaverse. They're like, well, we're in metaverse. Like, oh no, we're AI. We're an AI company. Something else. You know what I mean? Like, it definitely there's been like 4 cycles of metaverse hype that have all kind of like, I'm not saying it's not big. It's huge. But it doesn't have the same. Actually, it is huge, and I think that's one of your arguments, Benny. It's like it's bigger than Hollywood. So what are you talking about, right?
Yeah. And we don't. I think the issue is people don't know what the metaverse is. You know, it's like the Three Amigos. You always quote it like, you know, Pepe, do you know what you say? I have a plethora, and you're like, yes, you have a plethora. Pepe, do you know what that plethora is? Like, no, I don't. Well, like, Pepe, so if you don't know what that plethora is, how can you say someone has a plethora, right? So, the metaverse is, has anyone heard of Fortnite? That's a metaverse.
Yeah.
Has anybody heard of Roblox? That's a metaverse. Has anybody heard of Minecraft? That's a metaverse. Guess what? Those three alone have 300 million people playing it. So, the metaverse is not dead.
Yeah, definitely. By the way, is there any like really cool?
Unreal Engine and Unity and
Yeah.
and every game that every kid plays.
Is there a free version of? Is there like an AI for video games? For making.
Rosebud.
Oh wait, how do you spell that?
Rosebud, ROSEBUD. Rosebud.ai. and there's another one, BuildBox. Think BuildBox AI.
Well, Rosebud, that must be some film buff who made this one. Wow.
I'm not sure, but yeah, it's been around for like 2 years now.
That's a Citizen Kane reference, like Orson Welles' Citizen Kane, Rosebud.
Yeah. What was it? It was a sled, right?
Yeah. Sorry, but what was the other one? There was Rosebud, and then you said another one.
BuildBox.
BuildBox.
Yeah, Build B-U-I-L-D box.
B-U-I. Man, who comes up with these names? B-U-I. Okay.
I think there's an interesting thing too, like, you know, PJ with his AI film contest, if you don't know, go to AI, Film Freak? What is
Got
it?
it.
AI Film Freak? But he's got this new focus on show me your AI video, your AI stills, but he's really focusing, he says, show me your AI games, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, I would love to get my students into gaming, or to building games, because I think that would be a great place to, talk about animation, but to put Unreal Engine on top of them, after Blender, it would be just, they would be really trying to get me fired. So, I'm trying to.
Yeah, and fun fact, right? Leonardo AI, everyone thinks of them as an image generator, which they are, but most of their customers actually used it for texture for gaming assets.
Yeah, they're texture, you can put textures onto things. Oh, I was trying, so there's a family reunion t-shirt, by the way, because we do have like a little, and I'm not gonna pimp that, but you can buy a Loop family reunion t-shirt. I was trying to make a 3D version of it, and I could not, for the life of me, put the logo onto the 3D thing, and I tried to put onto the 3D model of a t-shirt. Is there one that does that? Because I keep trying to do it, but it's all blurry and doesn't work. I just want to put the logo onto a 3D model, and I don't know why I'm not doing it right. But is there an AI that can do that?
Yeah, there is one of the fashion FASHIN or something like that. Yeah, it's like with clothes, like a try-on thing. So they had like a modeling component to it as well. I don't know if they still do, but they did have that.
Cool. Thank you. I found it. Oh man. Okay, this is a long list. Somebody else. I think I'm not gonna call you that. What is your name on X? Remember right now. I'm burned out. Jessica. What's your name on X?
Hi. Yeah, I'm Jessica, and I'm your mentor on X.
Okay. Yeah. What was your question?
I didn't have a question. I was trying to get back down on the ground because I entered fly mode and couldn't figure out how to navigate.
Okay.
So I refreshed the whole browser, and now I'm back on the ground at peak.
If you press the letter G once, you can fly. So you press G and then you can go up, and then you just press G again, and it'll plop you down. Sorry about that. You must have accidentally did it. You must have accidentally done it. Yeah.
No, I was just trying to get a different point of view to see if I had a body or not. But Fabricant has their
Press
new
C.
AI. They have announced it's maybe in beta or out of beta. I can't remember. But if you have a sketch on a piece of paper, you can scan it in. It'll turn into a 3D model of your clothing for you. But I don't think it'll put a material on a shirt. You don't really need a AI to put the decal on a shirt. You just have to look up the vernacular of what you need to know. So what are you trying to add it as a material?
Yeah. There you go. We have a selfie camera. So if you press the letter C, you can use the selfie camera and you can see what you look like.
Thank you.
And you can also take a picture. You look fabulous. You really do. You look amazing, so there you go.
Right. Well, so Fabricant is one sketch to clothing, and then about putting your decal on the shirt. Did you get an answer?
I tried it in Blender and I just can't export it. So, but it's okay. I'll figure it out. I'll find a Blender.
Oh.
But I have been using. Oh, by the way, if anyone doesn't know this, I have been using Blender MCP, and that's with Claude, and it's really really good. Benny, do you mess with Blender at all?
No, I tried in several times, but now with these various tools, I personally didn't see the need to
Yeah.
learn Blender anymore. Me and Justin go like back and forth on that because he's the big three and I'm a 3D person. And I'm like, why? Like, well, because I want to do this and this. This is like, yeah, but you can like do this with that or whatever. So,
Yeah.
but that's a personal thing.
Yeah, I'm using. You have to buy a subscription to Claude, but I'm using Blender MCP, which is where you can text. You can just tell Claude to do something in Blender, and it will attach to your Blender and actually attempt to do it. It's getting better. It's not perfect right now, but if you tell it like, I want you to build me, a house or something, it will actually give you the built out shapes of a house in Blender, and it will texture things for you. It's pretty good, and build apps. Yeah. So that's Blender MCP.
In the beginning, I was using, like 3 years ago, when I first got my Midjourney and my Stable Diffusion all set up, I thought, wouldn't it be great if I just posed my own characters in Dash 3D, made the render of just the character, and then gave it to the AI to put it in the background and to reimagine it with my prompt. And I did that. I got some interesting results, and I could always tell they started in like a 3D program because the character retained that, plastic looking feel. But those were fun times. I didn't do that for very long, but it's one thing you could do. But then you said now you don't need to do that. I mean, now you just tell your text to image model to make you a 3D render of the thing.
What about rigging? Does anybody know a rigging AI? Something that can auto rig for you?
Yes, Move AI.
Move AI. Okay.
Cool. How do you know all these things?
Because he's amazing.
Oh, cause I started like looking into it when like crypto was slow. And I would go like the AI art space and we'd talk about different things, and I'm like, wait a minute, and I just started researching stuff on the side, and when I would mention it, like a few people use it. Most people fade it, but I always do it because I don't have, and I say it all the time, I don't have the skills, or my skills aren't to a certain level, but I like seeing new stuff. I love seeing new stuff, and I'm like, well, damn, if I can't make it, at least hopefully somebody will use these things and make something amazing, so I don't have to watch like the 10th version of, Air Bud in 11 years, or the 10th version of Friday 13th in 13 years, and all, because I hate Hollywood because of stuff like that. And me being able to watch something new, even if it's for 2 minutes versus that other bull crap for 2 hours, I'll take it gladly.
Wow. Okay. Well, I think we're supposed to wrap down. I'm Carolina. We're gonna do some group drawing. Is there any drawing, like group drawing apps that you know about, Benny, where multiple people can draw on like a surface together for fun?
Oh man, I know of some websites that allowed you to do this, like Base Paint, and there was another one.
Base Paint.
Basically, it's a giant canvas, and you can just plot out your part of the canvas and draw on it to try to fit into the bigger parchment that they have.
Oh, cool.
But yeah.
How do you spell that? B-A-S-E? I can't find it.
Yeah, BASE, paint, P-A-I-N-T. I'm not sure I think it might be .com.
That's hard to find. I keep just getting like Home Depot stuff. Let me see. I hate Google. Is there a better, do you use anything for searching the internet nowadays? I found it.
Yeah, Perplexity.
Perplexity, yeah. Do you buy any, do you pay for any of the AIs?
Yes.
Which ones?
So I pay for Leonardo.
Wow.
I pay for Claude. I pay for Perplexity. Now because of the GPT 4.0 image thing, I finally in Sora, I finally paid the $20 for OpenAI. I pay for amazingly not Kriya. I'm sorry, Kyber. Not
Wow.
for like their model, even though I kind of like their model now, since everybody's doing realistic. I kind of want like that deformed thing now, which is kind of crazy. But they allow you to use like all the various models, Luma, Runway, and all that inside of Kyber, and their UI is like, to me, the best two UIs in the game is Flora and Kyber to me.
I hated Kyber's UI. I don't know, the nodes. Like the
Oh,
mini.
it's Fisher Price comfy. But see, I like it because I can zoom out, and it's like a light table. Like, you know, how like when you had like the little what do you call it? The film strips. People would like put the film strips on the light table so they can see it, and I can with my mouse, and I don't have to touch my keyboard. I can zoom out, and I can see all my little Fisher Price looking comfy UI things and link them all up without having to touch the keyboard. And I can move around with my mouse, and I can have a bunch of, you know, I can pipeline like Mad Butter and all them shit with the comfy. I get it, but comfy just looks like work to me. Whereas Kyber with the little Fisher Price version of it looks more fun, if that makes sense. But then Flora is similar, but I still have to use the keyboard. But I just like the way Flora looks as opposed to, you know, just straight up just the bland comfy UI. If now comfy needs to take everything from Discord where you change the screen and the colors and everything else, and they probably get way more adoption.
Wow. Yeah, do you know of a really, really, really easy, I keep asking, but if you don't want to ask, I will ask, a really easy one for motion capture that makes it super easy, and that's free.
Move AI.
Yeah, that's the one, Move AI? Okay.
Yeah. It does motion capture without a suit, and it can rig it.
Wow.
And
Okay.
you just use your phone. You use your phone to motion capture, and then it rigs the characters or whatever.
Okay. I hope I got all of these. I'm putting them in a document, by the way.
Oh, for if you do Blender and you want to do like some animation type thing, there's the one I keep saying that I feel is still underrated is Wonder Dynamic. You can take a scene and then like replace characters in the scene, and it's based on like the 3D characters. So if you got like characters you made in Blender or Unity or one of them, and you can replace a person or character in a scene with your 3D generated character, and it basically models it to the movements of the character in that video that you put in there.
Wow. Yeah, I've been searching also for things that would be like good for animation, like auto colorizers or things that, you know, I've been using EB Synth, which I don't think is actually AI, but I use EB Synth, but it's free. It's like an auto colorizer, and anything for animation. I mean, I don't know if that's your specialty or not. Denny's Rex, which you seem to know about everything. So
As far as what, animating something?
Yeah, any animation stuff like an auto colorizer, frame interpolation, things like that. I'm sharing my doc here.
I know Korea has the like the like the steerable motion, which is kind of basically frame interpolation.
I can't figure that out yet. Okay, cool. I'm sharing my doc here, by the way, and I'm just gonna keep the doc in here so that if people want it, they can come see it. So if everybody wants it, and if you have other ones, you can update the doc. These are just gonna be called Benny's Recs. Thank you so much. I think you're helping everybody out a lot.
I mean, like I said, it's a two-way street, right? Because
Yeah.
there's people that like there's the artists that have whatever, or not necessarily a problem, but there's something they feel can take them to another level. And then there's the people that made these things, and both of them are like not connecting. And I hear that, you know, a lot of times it's like small teams or one person that are making a lot of these tools, and that's why I speak on like, man, can y'all try it? Because sometimes, you know what I'm saying, it's like these are like multi-billion dollar companies that like make a lot of this stuff, and it's like mom and pop you know, operations, and you know, a lot of them died, not necessarily because they suck. I mean, some of them do suck, but it's that nobody uses them, and they get no shine or revenue. And then here we are like months later, people are like, man, what if we had this? And they're like, well, we did, but they kind of shut down, you know. So that's the thing. Like, maybe I can connect these people with people that are looking for that, and it may be good, in which case we got some magic happening.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I would rather support mom and pops any day. So Hugging Face is a place you can search for like small AIs, small little companies. Is there any other place on the internet you can search for small companies that you can support rather than the large corporations?
If you're looking for like the corporate route, there's
non-corporate.
YC Combinator, where they kind of like list their business, their normally they'll list their employees and everything like that, because they're trying to get funding, and that's what that's part of their quote unquote costs that they will be looking for. And another one is Crunchbase, CRUNCH. Yeah, and that's where like a lot of like these businesses go to try to connect and get funding, and they'll like, you can see how many employees. Like Midjourney, you see Midjourney has like 20 employees, but they make like, you know, 250 million a year. So that would, you know, I wouldn't necessarily say they're mom and pop, but you got like NIM, right? That's like 6 people, and basically the guy Yuri runs the socials because he doesn't really have anyone, and he's in all the meetings and all, because it's only 6 people, and the other 6 are like the actual devs, you know. So you got stuff like that, and there's Hedra, which is like 15 people, but like the CEO basically handles the socials, because most of them are devs.
And Mag Butter, we should also mention what is he called now? What is he calling himself? The guy that is also in the space, and he has like a multimodal place. You know who I'm talking about.
What are we talking about?
The one that you like, and that he comes to the Twitter space.
Jim.
Oh, Pixio.
Pixio.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Okay.
Pixio.
My co-host. You're talking about the guy who provides a lot of services in terms of teaching people technology and.
Yes.
Yeah, Pixio, Ross.
Yeah.
Pixio. Also, technology in school initiatives is his sort of education thing.
Yeah, so we should definitely mention, give a shout out to him, because he's really nice. And, I've talked to him on the phone, which is kind of crazy to think that you can, you know, just call somebody up and they'll actually talk to you. So that's always a good company to represent.
Yeah, I think getting back to what you were saying before, like to Benny, why does he do this? It's like,
Yeah.
I think that why do you do this? I think there's a bunch of us committed to the sort of community idea of helping everybody. And I think Benny does that not just for AI, but for his crypto group. And I think I think we all get something out of it. We get to feel the satisfaction of building something. But yeah, I mean,
It's a good
congrats to
point.
the people that are taking the time to and Ariel, this is looking at you.
That's a good point. Why am I doing
There's only a
this?
huge amount of time into doing something for the community. And I think Ross does that, Benny does that, you
Yeah.
do that, I try to do that. I think that it's important.
Yeah, and bring, and I try to bring you guys in here because you're so helpful for things like that. All right, I actually have to refresh as well. If anybody can think of some last questions, and then probably should shut it down. I opened up so many tabs on my computer that my computer was getting really mad at me. All right.
I just wanted to thank you for all this useful information, Miguel. This is so amazing.
Yeah.
So, thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome. I think Benny is such a great resource for, knowing about all these small companies and big companies, and, it's very, very helpful, because a lot of times you have to kind of you have to ride the wave of the free ones. I did have one last I have one last question for Benny, when he comes in. Is he here? Yeah. I think so. I see your avatar coming to life. Benny, I have one last question, and then I'm not going to ask any more questions, and everybody, we can probably shut this down, or you guys can talk. Doesn't matter. But so my students, when they try to sign up and log in to all of these things, because of course you have to log in, and you have to, even when they make multiple Google accounts, apparently some AIs are asking them for their phone number, so that they're basically saying, okay, you can't make up a bunch of Gmails. Is there another way around it where you can use some sort of fake logins so that you can, just get new credits? I don't know if you can hear me. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, alright.
I can hear you too.
Lose Benny, maybe?
I think we lost Benny. Does anybody here
I
know?
wouldn't put my phone number into anything. Was it one of those things where they text you the verified you?
Well, yeah, so when I forgot what happened, but basically they were trying to use multiple Gmails for Runway, to get free Runway credits. And at some point, Runway maybe caught on to it and said, well, now you have to use your phone number. I don't know how they did that, but they did. And so the student was like, I don't, and this was a good student. They weren't trying to invent a reason not to do something, but I was just curious if anybody found another way of making multiple emails in order to get free credits. No? Okay. Then they got us. Okay. Well, I wish Benny was back so that we could say thank you. Benny. Okay, so I will say that I'm going to share Benny's Twitter, and please everybody go give him a follow as a big thank you. And you will also, he posts a lot of these things all the time. He's very generous. I think this is him coming back. So definitely follow Benny. he has also Spotify, but he said that's not as big of a thing. And then I also put the huge.com over there. So I put a link to huge.com and you can also go in there, and it's in beta. That's what I was told. So it's still in beta. Is that right, Mad Butter?
Yeah, still in beta. It's a tremendous site.
Yeah. So it's good.
And I think Rad TV, was that mentioned?
Oh no, Rad TV. We should also share that.
Rad TV is kind of our favorite because they do so much, and they also have this sort of crypto angle, and they really have made big inroads into also like you might be able to get, like for your smart TV, you might just be able to watch, your AI video on a streaming service that will be next to Netflix and blah blah. Oh, beyond Netflix, but it will be Rad TV.
Mm-hmm.
Like an app that is getting very, very broad adoption, so that's cool.
Awesome.
TV is exciting just because it's so fast.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're just wondering how this was built. Well, we know how it's built. It has an interesting history of the developers. And let's just say, very fast, optimized video delivery.
Yeah. And knowing the people behind these things is really important, I've always thought. So Benny, thank you so much. So if everybody, what we usually do is we do the clap emoji, and if you do the clap emoji in here, it turns into giant hands. So this is what we do after the critiques. So we do clap emojis, and you can actually grab the clap emoji and fling it, and then it flings all over the place. It's really weird. Echo, did you have something to say? Ooh. I don't know if you did.
Gotta love the metaverse, man. Gotta love the
I made a
metaverse.
mistake.
It's okay. It's alright. We're in beta. I'm gonna start using that now. We're in beta.
Yes. So if it network is in beta.
A friend of mine has a company called EverBeta. He's had said EverBeta ever since like 1994. So.
Okay.
I've been in beta for 30 years, so that's okay, great.
I'm putting it on the list. Ever beta. Okay. So the list is over there, and I'm going to go back into the regular one. So thank you, Benny. That was awesome. Like super amazing. Everybody, please go follow him on Twitter and Rad TV and wherever else he is. And I'm going to go jump back into the family reunion. You guys can hang out here if you want. And I'm going to make sure that I lock everything that I put up. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Thank you for your time, Benny.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Oh, I appreciate everyone that pulled up.
It was a lot of
I
people.
enjoyed it.
It was a lot of people. I'll say, Benny, this was one of the biggest turnouts for somebody. So it was a pretty good turnout.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, you got lots of love here, and this metaverse is very homemade. It's all open source, and the developers are all in Miami and Costa Rica. And it's kind of cool because since I know the developers very well and all that sort of stuff, when I want like an update, I can actually just ask for one and they give it to me.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
Well, I mean, it's kind of unheard of that you can do, just ask the devs, and and they actually do it, and sometimes it takes longer, sometimes it takes shorter, but right now we're trying to work on a live translation in here, some way to put that as sort of a toggle you can toggle on to have live translation in different languages. We'll see. But that would be good.
Oh yeah. What was it? Sync Labs or 11 Labs has I don't know how well it works, but they have that as well.
Really? They have
So,
already?
but they might have an API you can use.
Yeah. sync that ways again. So yeah, I would love like an auto translator. I think they're trying to find something open source so that they can build on it. Okay, all right, I'm gonna go back into the regular. I really will. Thank you, Benny. You were awesome. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thanks,
No
Benny.
problem.
You were great.
Okay,
Hi.
we're done. I'm sorry. That went a little long. But it got very helpful at the end. So Nora is next. Oh shoot. Let me go back in there and tell him Nora's next. Oh, and I wanted to say to anybody still here that there's somebody else that's coming in from 4 to 5, and it's Nora, and we're going to be talking about, well, I think Carolina is going to talk about her. So that's at 4 o'clock, just in a few minutes. So if you stay here, there's going to be another person coming in. Okay, bye.
Maybe if you click again on the icon, disappear.
Okay, I have.
Cannot find the name.
All right.
Say, you have the where you have the three dots on the right side, and then you can see on the top an icon that says Ben. Ah, yes. Click it and then it disappears. Yes. Oh, I left some marks. Yeah, it's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's the idea. I'm fine. We were been here like since 10 oh wow.
Yeah, we're slightly behind, so, but I actually had all of your stuff up already, so it should be quick.
Okay,
Yeah, sorry.
great. I have some time.
Yeah, I need to find some of these. I hid them so that I could just put them up. Let's see where they are. Maybe I didn't. Okay, that's alright. I'm just gonna find it again.
Hey. Oh, sorry, I clicked something and took me out of the space. Wow, I love your avatar. I see my, it's like a. You can, you can do it now. I don't know, like, I think you have to have an GLB format. So, yeah. I did it with like a, now this doesn't exist anymore, but it was an app that it was really easy, like you upload a picture and you can create a GLB. But now it's not existent anymore, so. Yeah, so yeah, because it has a lot of like glitches, you know, it's kind of and I really like the texture of the material of the avatar. So yes, very yeah. So now I don't know where is Ariel.
I'm out here.
Okay. So we should do the
I think it's fine as long as it works.
What?
As long as it works, I think it's fine.
But we should, we should place the pictures,
Yeah.
the picture.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that right now. There we go, finally. I already had the pictures saved up, so I'm just placing them now.
Okay. And you think it's not gonna be like a lot of files on here, or is there software?
Well, is she gonna share her screen?
I don't think so. Are you gonna share your screen, Nora, or no?
No, I thought we just download the pictures, but
Yeah. But yeah, if you wanna share the screen also, it's fine.
I mean, I love having it in here. It's just, just in case of a glitch, we'll move over to the empty room. It'll just be like a
Yeah.
just in case situation. Because it can happen, and we, want to have that as a backup. Nora, have you, I'm sorry if you've done this a lot and I don't know about it, but have you worked in the metaverse or spatial internet a lot?
never.
Ah.
I'm completely behind with the world of metaverse.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
it's okay. One of the major limitations is the file size. So we have to have a very small file sizes and low textures. So everything has to be like low poly and not huge textures on things, because if that happens, we get glitches and it's very difficult to have groups of people and stuff like that.
So now you have problems with my images.
Well, I have this image. Does Carolina have another image?
No, I
Yeah.
send like a couple of pictures.
Okay.
Images on
That's what
by
I-
email.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I'm putting them up right now. Do you want me to put them up,
Okay.
or what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if here is gonna work, or maybe at the top versus, I don't know. What do you think?
Can you move them? If I unlock these, I don't know if you can or can't. Can you try to move them
I
and
can
see
wait.
if you can move them? Because I'm not sure. You are like given an administrative role in here, so you might be able to move them.
I have really low.
Oh, you're okay.
I have really low resolution because it was. I'm seeing one here, but yeah, I can't move it, so it's not.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting because before, like, we had a talk with Benny that he's really into all the like AI tools, all the things, and I like this kind of like contrast with your work because you are like approaching the digital world in like completely different ways. So I think it's really really interesting that. And I'm more aligned with like your way to approach it. Not more aligned because I don't know if it's more aligned. It's more like I'm more familiar with,
Yeah, familiar.
Yeah, familiar.
Great. Yes, a pity. I wanted to follow the panels, but I didn't have time. I wanted to see yesterday Doreen Rios.
Oh, yeah. I have that up actually. That's up on our YouTube already. So
Perfect.
yeah, so it's up already, and oh shoot. Sorry.